What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Polestar. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's been really moving it, and if this is a time to buy or not. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Polestar on Wednesday did go down 0.85%. So it is bouncing off of that general 50-cent mark. I know I haven't done that many Polestar videos, but when it was roughly around $1, I did say most likely the next good opportunity to really buy it was 50 cents. That's where you're going to see a temporary reversal, and that is so far playing out. Today the market is closed, so happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans out there. But when it comes down to Polestar, there really hasn't been that much in news, and volume has been dropping quite a lot, so institutions are paying less and less attention to it. So for instance, on Wednesday there was absolutely no transactions occurring on the dark pool, and there was 2 transactions on the secondary market, but nothing of significance. So big money is not really buying Polestar up. It is largely getting moved through algorithmic trading. And this is how I did and was able to really signal that I was going to bounce off that 50-cent mark, because algorithms usually follow fib levels for the most part. So for those of you wanting to day trade, swing trade with it at 57 cents right now, it is on this pivot point. So 62, 64 cents will be the next strong target / resistance. 57 is going to be that key pivot, and then 53, 50, and 46 will be support points. So kind of just take that into consideration. But like I said, institutions aren't really touching Polestar. I know a lot of retail kind of loves to buy discounted stocks and just assume that it's going to go up to like $2. I think Polestar, when they were able to rectify their $1 bid price rule deficiency in the past naturally without doing a reverse stock split, that was very bullish. This time around, management instantly jumped to doing a reverse stock split. So nobody wants to buy a stock with a looming reverse stock split. So that 1 for 30 as well, this is going to be my opinion, a very unpopular opinion possibly, but that 1 for 30 is just going to be a temporary patch. Because if you think about it, reverse stock splits are just temporary patches. They don't change anything operationally. So Polestar, from their last earnings, they are struggling a lot. So in general, doing this 1 for 30, nothing's going to change. And so I think in general, they're still going to be kind of really limiting their expansion. They're still going to be burning through quite a lot of cash despite numerous years of cost cutting. So it's just a very bad scenario. And I think in general, Polestar, they had a huge opportunity to really take a lot of market share from Tesla because they have the infrastructure, right? They're one of the few pure global EV plays. But regrettably, Polestar really just crapped on the bed. And so yeah, I think in general there is going to be more downside, but at least in the short term you can make some pretty good money swing trading it. But if you are thinking long term, I definitely do not feel that this is a good buying opportunity. Again, only because of that looming reverse stock split, lack of real catalysts. Like if they are able to, let's say, move up the Polestar 7, which was announced in July, so it's anticipated to be in 2028. If they were able to somehow move that up, then yeah, maybe that'll be a big thing because there's going to be a lot of cool, innovative tech in this. But from now until then, like the stock potentially could do even a second reverse stock split. So that would be kind of crazy. And at the same time, people's appetite for risk is very much on the table. So Bitcoin is starting to recover. You see a lot of stocks just bouncing off of their lows recently as well. Polestar, regrettably, not really experiencing any of that. They are kind of lucky though, because normally like shorts love to target stocks that are in distress, and that is Polestar. Whether you like it or not, they are definitely in pain. And I think overall Wall Street's always really hated Polestar ever since I started covering it way back in whenever it was 2022. But nonetheless, 10.12% of the free float's being shorted. That is very small. It's kind of funny and comical how some retail investors actually think Polestar is a squeeze play, but 10% is very low. So in general, it could be a lot worse. I cover another stock, Lucid. Their short interest is like 32% right now. So I think things could be a lot worse for Polestar if shorts started to really catch on and started to double down. But luckily enough, only 10% of the free float is being shorted because of the lower and lower volume because that has been dropping. DTC is now at 7.35 days, so that does signal that shorts are overextended. Not saying it's a squeeze play though, but DTC does factor in the average volume for Polestar in comparison to number of shares being shorted. So with Polestar's average volume dropping, this is going higher up a little bit. But as I mentioned, I think just Polestar does have a lot of good opportunity, but it will most likely experience a merger, whether that be with Lucid or Rivian. So both of those have good tech and kind of are building a okay base, customer base. Polestar has the infrastructure. That's the biggest asset that they own. They might kind of disagree with me on that, and that's completely fine. But I think both Rivian and Polestar can benefit, or sorry, Rivian and Lucid could benefit from Polestar's infrastructure. So I think there's going to be a merger that is announced sometime in 2026. And that is where you might see a nice recovery. But from now until then, I think there's definitely going to be a lot more pain. So if you're wanting to dollar cost average, swing trade, kind of just refer to this. Quickly popping over here onto the actual chart itself, because of the nice recovery, bouncing off of that 50-cent mark, it is above that 10-day moving average, so signaling a little bit of momentum wanting to kind of build. But still, if we look at the market position, you see very little willing buyers. So based on Friday, you see pretty much 55 to about 50 cents or 48 cents good willing buyers. But at the same time, it looks like the number of willing sellers have also been increasing. So at the end of the day, not necessarily the greatest. So let me know your thoughts on Polestar. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.